Hello, my name's Barry. I would like to welcome you to what should be the second installment for a video series I'm currently working on. When it's done, there'll be in a playlist for you guys to watch the whole thing. Now, before some of you guys who stumble onto this stuff, because I'm going to add some important keywords, I want you to just sit back, chill out, because I know how some of you think. So sit back, chill out, as I share the story. It's not really preachy, but you'll see why I gave it the title I did in the outline. In fact, the outline you're seeing will kind of give you an idea of how the story is supposed to progress. Hope you enjoy. Now, what's going on here? First, I was born in 1964, and that's an important statement. That's not, I know it's not the most clickbaity title statement, but it is, because in 1964, things were very different than today. My mom was hoping to vote for Barry Goldwater and all that. That's where I got my middle name. But thing is, you can't do that if you're pregnant and the water breaks. So when November 2nd came, boom, mom and dad took off to the hospital to make sure everything was okay. Unfortunately, some things came up that were kind of unexpected. One, my mom was exposed to exposed to someone with rubella, German measles. Back in those days, they didn't have anything letting you know that, hey, there might be complications. Now, in case you don't know, and this is actually important for you to understand why I gave it the title I did. Normally, normally if a child is exposed to that, especially in the fetal development, guess what? It can wreak havoc on you. But thankfully, the damage done to me was relatively minor. Serious, very serious. Don't misunderstand. But there's one other thing that was unexpected, and that was I had trouble swallowing. Because when the doctor took me out of my mom's womb, they realized, oh crap, he's choking, he's not breathing. Whoa! So because I had the fluid, I wasn't swallowing or something like that. So the doctor quickly turned my head he was trying to save my life. Okay, that's why I had the slight paralysis on the left side of the face, as a reminder, somebody quick thinking, saving my life. So I'm thankful for that, doctor. Hey, I know, Sioux mentality. Put a cork in it. Somebody just saved my life. Hey, I'm thankful. This is the least of the problem. That's one thing. But still, there was a serious problem. They realized there was a problem, like, oh crap, we gotta do something fast. Get the infant into the prenatal care. And that's what they did. They rushed me over there and tried to figure out. The doctors back then really didn't know what to do because they couldn't operate on the esophagus. That's the tube for breathing in water when you drink water and food. I could breathe, no problem. Just I couldn't eat normally. So what are we gonna do? Well, thankfully, an option. There was a doctor, Dr. Santulli, up in New York City, up the Children's Presbyterian Hospital up there. He was I don't know if he was a world famous surgeon or what, but he probably should have been, because God opened the door for a solution. And that's why I said it was the Lord's deliverance and His provision, because there was a doctor who they were able to reach, he said, I can operate on the baby. It, it is delicate and all that. So mom and dad rushed me up. This was like in days, I'm sure. I'm not sure the exact sequence, but they rushed me up to the hospital, and the doctor was able to save my life in that. Uh, That's why I'm very thankful for what God did through this wonderful doctor who I understand passed away years ago. And that was a miracle. I'm sure I've heard that God works first through people who pray, so I'm very certain that my grandmother, Helen, I don't know about Grandma Lorraine, they're both Catholic. I'm certain they were probably praying for me. And I'm sure there were others who may have been praying that I don't know of. So prayers really do help, and I'm glad for it. But now, I'm thankful for that. But you might be asking, okay, wait a minute. Didn't this guy just say something about rubella? Didn't he just say a whole bunch of tech, technical what? And you may have noticed some things going on. That's the second. Well, personally, I don't think there's really anything wrong with me. But I am well aware that you guys might have a different opinion on that and notice it, even if I don't think about it. First of all, when I was young, this left eye over here actually could open up and I was able to see. But but the damage was done by the congenital rubella. Congenital because it's that birth defect rubella, because that was the actual culprit. It affected the optic nerve in such a way where I'm very nearsighted. Like right now, I know there's text on the screen. I put it there a good size, hopefully, for you, so that I have an idea of what it is I'm supposed to cover. But if I try reading, I'd have to go like this and hopefully not freak the rest of you out, so I can actually read what I got there. Yeah, I can see my book over here down there. I know what it is because I'm the one that created the book cover and the title. You'll read a more complete story in there. And that's part of the reason for the video, to encourage you to say, ooh, maybe I might want to get the book from this guy. Now, there's some other things that went on. In fact, this is actually kind of an interesting story in itself. After all the excitement, people kind of noticed the eyes, but no one noticed just my hearing. And it's interesting how my dad told the story. See, sometime after all the excitement and the adventure at the hospital, they brought me home. My mom was kind of like a property management at an apartment. Dad was the guy who she would call and say, hey, Tony, I need you to fix this. I need you to, for this resident, whatever. Well, Dad was doing some kind of work, and I was in the crib sleeping, and that something happened, that some got bang, loud noise, whatever it was. I don't know if it was pot, and I could just hear my dad go, oh shit, the baby, oh no, because he was trying to be very quiet. Okay, Dad was very conscientious. I don't want to wake the baby. I don't want him to get upset or he'll be crying. Me, I'm just going. Yeah, I was that sound asleep. Like, Dad was going, what the heck? Bang, bang, bang with a pot and a spoon just to see if, oh crap, is he deaf too? No, I actually wasn't. They found out a little later. I was not deaf. Oh, I really feel sorry for them because they had enough adventures and stuff as is. But in reality, I actually have like a moderate to severe hearing loss. Moderate in this year with the hearing aid, and severe to profound in the other ear. But the reality is, is I'm best off with one hearing aid because I have a conductive hearing loss. I can hear more or less. But volume is always the same, and that you may have noticed that I have a little bit louder than normal voice. That's because I have trouble hearing, engaging the volume. In this case, loud is good, as long as it's not too loud.